Welcome in. If you got your little brown jug, I'm not using a straw today because I do not want to offend the minor masculine among us. So, cheers to all the bunnies boiling honey. It's taken me a while to figure out how to talk about this, but here we go. The family I married when I was 24, 2008. It's very hard for me to experience all I do and see in the South, the way things ended with my marriage, not just with her, but with her family. There's so many experiences in my life that have shown me over and over and over again. Eventually you learn how to get the lesson, get tired of taking the loss. It's that so many social situations I've been in, it's your family until you're not. And that happened at home first. So the privilege I'm wanting to talk about, and America does not like the P word. They do not like the P word. That's not about gender. That's not about presenting identity. It's about they do not like the word privilege. White liberal people. I'm talking about the complexion and the fact that in 2026 we still are white under the color of law. The family I was married to, my relationship to them, Southeastern and American academia and global academia, your family until you're not, that hits me a certain way. And all I could think of is I've been doing what I know to do and taking the guidance that I can afford from people who are not asking me to stop being myself to build my career. But as a person practicing what I've been practicing for so long, it's kind of a witness to the fact that I can be married for as long as I was to the family I was married to and not really be plugged in any better today with folks who can help me map out my career with my executive functioning, things that I'm responsible as a man to continue working on. Cheers. Glad I left the straw out. I don't want any of these fellas feeling any more minor masculine. But long story short, the academic ties, the cultural ties, it's a witness that all that can go down in my life. I can feel the way I feel about it, do my best to stay on what I know. And I'm not just joking. I know I seem like I'm being cute sometimes when I say I made an unholy mess of growing up. I had to say that because it was telling the truth. And where I got that phrase from was Eugene Peterson from his book, The Pastor. It's his memoir. To me, it's so audacious for someone to write a memoir and call it The Pastor. But if anyone could do it in my book, it's Eugene Peterson. He said the youth were making an unholy mess of growing up, and I was like, that's the truth. That's the truth. Everyone who's been following along and listening, my Southern Americana family, I'm not just talking about complexion, I'm talking about the multicultural community I was raised in, federal and state tax dollars, teachers, principals, anywhere there is the village. I had people who are doing their best to point me in the right direction, and countless situations where you're family until you're not. Remember, it starts at home. I don't know how to connect to white liberal folklore spaces in Alabama. And what's awkward to me about that is I have partnered with the Alabama State Council on the Arts and the Alabama Folk Life Center. But when it comes to generally like asking questions to explore options, my people were slow and late to finding this word, but networking, poor white America is not just something people talk about, it's something people live. But when it comes to like networking, it's been really awkward, and it's only made worse that Roy Bookbinder, one of my pals, one of my elders, didn't treat me that way. So it says something about white liberal folk establishment in the South, and this is not the kind of thing that folks typically want to talk about, but what's interesting about my lived experiences in this phase of my life, in my 40s, I'm still learning how to stand on my own 2 feet while being myself. That's me. And sometimes the village is still witnessing itself. And that's me too. That's everyone. But I'm not here to just drop things and accuse and smack around. I'm here to say this same experience of asking questions to learn and get where I'm going and seeing who's actually building with me, I'm no different. I'm not special. Every child goes through this in their own way, where they're meeting their needs with their people, working with the best of what their parents had to offer them, the circle that they put around you as a child. Man, I'm talking about this because my entire vocation, not just my music, not just the fact that I'm washing kegs instead of doing professional Christian church ministry, all the details of how this has gone for me has been because when I get where I'm going, I want to be myself when I get there, and that means I'm going to have to be myself along the way. This about having a hard time networking among even white liberal spaces in the South, I feel that with the people I used to know. And you can get in on what I'm saying with that TikTok trend. I know I'm too young to feel this old, but that TikTok trend, you're just somebody I used to know. You're just somebody I used to know. So it is, I was raised by white and black conservatives. Today I vote with the people who are listening to black women, because black women are concerned about all children and all women and all of us. But trying to network in a culture where the ceiling stays white, even among people who consider themselves progressive, it's awkward to me that the majority of my complexion community, white under the color of law, isn't really around. Socially, people want to be like, "What's wrong, Gabe? You don't like your own race?" Like, just because I mean the majority of European American descendants in America and even white liberals in the South aren't really dealing with me, doesn't mean I wasn't raised by people who've been dealing with me and that are still dealing with me. We come and go, come when you can, leave when you have to, like the next person. But this thing about not having access to the network I need to build community and just continue working on what I've been doing since I was in college, since I was a teenager, what I'm working on today, the people have come and gone, have been making choices, just like I've been making choices. And this whole, like, you're family until you're not, I'm in that phase of my life where what's next, I already know what it is. All the stuff that people have not been saying since I was a child, they're now going to be open to saying it. The people who have been speaking and being themselves, I heard Brother Timbuktu say the other day, be what you speak. The people who've been doing that, we're good. We've been around. I have uncles. I have an Uncle William. But it's that time when a lot of people are going to want to start unburdening themselves. And I have another brother, a drummer, Tone. He said it right. We are no longer carrying loads that are not ours to bear. That's not what we're doing. Did I promise y'all a surprise at the end? Shit. Well, anyway, Thank you.